All right, volume is on.
Dun, 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 dun.
What's happening, Andrew?
My usual frustration.
Talk to me about it.
Oh, no, just there's so many people that come through here. I think I got this like close, and then I come back to it the next time we're in here, and I'm like, wait a minute. Who's been playing with my toys?
Somebody has played in my toys.
Yes. And then this thing seems to be broken every week I'm in here. Like, who keeps ripping it apart?
It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Who's been playing with my toys? I don't know, but there they are.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was one of my favorite stories growing up, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I don't know why. My grandpa used to read it to me. It was a great story.
Like Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin's good. So how's things been, bro?
It's springtime.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's more than crazy. It's nutty.
You having problems?
Yeah, my cord was a little twisted.
A little twisted.
I wish I didn't have to wear the headphones, but I need to be able to hear stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, spring is crazy this year. It's dry, dude.
Yeah,
we
compared
talked
to last year.
We talked about a little last week about the super.
We got rain Tuesday.
We got some this morning.
Tuesday. It was
And this morning was fairly significant. There's still puddles out back. So
muddy mess.
yeah.
But compared to last year, nothing.
Last year was washouts.
I think we're still technically under on rainfall.
Oh, we're probably still in a drought, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, things are growing, but we're still watering things.
Once temperatures elevate to normalcy, like we're below normal on temperatures this week. It has been. Like we were out at the camper that last weekend, and it was cold, dude.
Oh yeah, I had to close things up in my Florida room and pull plants inside, and I was like, nope, that's not going to do well. I moved some plants in here into the building, overnight.
I was a bit nervous, still am a bit nervous of because we could still get freezing temperatures.
It's happened.
I mean, this week it was on Monday 420.
Yeah,
32. It was 32 degrees. Yeah. Last Sunday, I had to thaw my truck out at the camper. It was so chilly, which kind of sucked. We went out to our camper and we're going out again later today for the weekend, but we were out at our camper and we were essentially stuck inside because it was cold and rainy.
Yeah. Spring.
Yeah.
And right now it seems like other than a couple spits, it's the weekends when it's rain. Yeah. Which is good for production, but bad for when we're off work.
Yeah. It's nice for production because we're kicking butt right now. Little over on some of our times, maybe losing a little bit of dollars on certain projects, but I mean overall,
new guys in training. And
that's 100% what it is. It's new folks in training. It's hard to get people in the interviews. We'll talk about that later, but yeah. So, but overall, I mean, it's been a good spring, and that's what we're kind of going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the 100 Days of Hades, also known as the 100 Days of Hell, and the landscaping season, which typically runs from March until about June. Mm-hmm. It's the time where overtime is abundant.
Yes, and you try and tell the newbies, like, save your overtime for the slow season in the winter and summer, but they never do.
They never do. But nonetheless, I mean, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Mm-hmm. Kind of looking forward to it. But before we get to that, it is time for current events.
Or things Andy doesn't know.
Andy can't hear the music, but I can.
It's all in my head.
It's all in your head.
Got him.
I wonder why my thing's not.
Did you break it again?
I don't know. There we go. Current events by Mick. So current event number 1 is a pretty good one. We're going to discuss the Dayton, Ohio concert lineup for this year. There's pretty cool concerts.
haven't been to a concert in years.
Well, we're fortunate here in Dayton to have a couple places. We have the Rose Music Theater, and we have the Phrase, which you grew up by the Phrase.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen a number of the bands in person, but you could hear them from the front porch.
Well,
Used to go down there with my grandmother and sit on the lawn and watch stuff, but now they've walled everything off and they'll kick you out.
there's some good concerts. I think opens up, the Rose opens up tomorrow with Alice Cooper.
There you go.
Dude, he's an old man, and I hear he still rocks.
There you go.
Some other good shows. You got Britt Floyd.
David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth, the guy with the permanent cocaine smile.
Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent will be here this year. I've seen Ted Nugent.
Okay.
Back in high school when he used to do free shows at Hare Arena.
Okay.
You just bring a canned good. But nothing touches the Rose like the Phrases lineup. They have ZZ Top.
Oh yeah.
I'm considering. It's August 30th.
Does it say what tickets are going to cost?
It doesn't. I can check.
This guy Harry Connick Jr. too.
Yeah, Harry Connick Jr. Get the Let Out looks pretty exciting. I hear they're pretty good. So ZZ Top general admission $70. No, I'm not going to that. I can't justify paying that kind of money so that they can make their living. They're old. They're already rich. So, but yeah, there's some good concerts.
Yeah.
You have the boy pop band Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC.
Oh,
Is going. He's the singer that nobody knows of.
that you could tell me that name and tell me if you hadn't said NSYNC, I wouldn't know who it was from.
Yeah, when people hear NSYNC, they think of Justin Timberlake or.
And that's all I got.
No, you got the Joey Fatone.
Oh yeah.
So Joey Fatone, but yeah, Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC. He must be broke. And some other.
Is he the blonde one? Well, I guess there was more than one blonde. It was the era of
no,
front bleach tips or something.
He's not blonde. He's got. Well, I think he had bleach tips, but he had the perfect goatee. He was the short one.
Yeah, he's broke.
He's broke. But yeah, so you got a pretty decent concert lineup here in Dayton.
There you go.
But another really good current event. I always find these to be good stories. The world's oldest gorilla, Fatu, turned 69. I think it was April 13th. Yep, on April 13th.
Fatu.
So we always hear like stories of like you had Harambe in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That bludgeoned. Was it a kid?
He was.
I think it was a kid.
I think it was a kid fell in and he was going after the kid or something. They thought so. They shot him.
But it's nice to get a feel good story, and I guess the story behind Fatu, or at least one of the stories that I read, was he or she was given to a French zoo by a sailor to settle a bar bet, and then a French animal trader eventually took it and sold it to the Berlin Zoo back in like late 1950s.
I can't pay, but I got a gorilla.
Yeah.
Random.
So that's how Fatu got from
He's probably better
Africa.
off than with the drunk sailor.
Probably no, he'd probably be dead now. But definitely the oldest gorilla in the world, according to the Good News Network. I guess the gorilla suffers from the same old person stuff that humans do, like all the same stuff. Diabetes, high sugar.
It's got the sugar?
It's got the sugar.
Oh, no.
Which has got to be tough for a gorilla considering their entire diet's fruits.
Veggies and stuff, yeah. Well, I don't know. They eat meat.
I don't think gorilla. I think they're mostly vegetarian.
I thought they were omnivores.
They may be. Here, I'm looking it up
Yeah,
while we talk. Are gorillas omnivores?
And just click the first link down there.
They're primarily herbivores. They are opportunistic. So, but like small insects, not really like meat.
Ooh, what's this flying thing? Ow. Nope, didn't like that.
Yeah. So, but
there you go.
Fatu celebrated a 69th birthday. 6'9". What a great number.
At least it's not 6'7".
6'7", 6'7". That's Gavin's thing, dude. It drives me insane.
Emery, every day. Every day. I got him a 6'7" plushie. It's literally just the two numbers stuck together with arms and eyeballs.
So it's your fault.
Oh, no, this was like after it was already a thing that I heard about so much, and I found it on Amazon. And I said, all right, fine.
I'm pretty much just going to blame it on you.
That's fine.
Do you like how I have the gorilla mowing grass with a big smile on his face?
Hey, I mean, they're smart like people.
So here's something that's really cool as we close out current events. So Sleep in Heavenly Peace made 10,000 beds with 6,500 volunteers in Charlotte, North Carolina in 24 hours. It was at the Charlotte Convention Center.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We've volunteered for them before over here at Domtar.
We have volunteered.
It's pretty cool. They stain the beds with, was it white vinegar? And they soak steel wool in it. And somehow it creates a stain that's bug resistant.
Yeah. And then I like how they brand it with their little
There
SW.
are like 3 kids over there. It's like, I want to stand there with that. And they're standing by the fire like, can I do it?
It's a very well-oiled machine. Like in what, like line. 3 hours, we made like I think 100 beds, 300 like beds, something like that.
Yeah. I know my arms were tired from sanding by the end.
And
of it.
we didn't really have that many volunteers.
It was you, me, Bigness, and I think that was it.
Well, and then obviously they're people, but I would say there was less than 50 people that were volunteering.
Yeah.
It was, I think Christian from the city was there too.
I think he was.
Him and his son.
A bunch of the guys from Domtar were there.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. That's pretty cool, dude, that they took over the Charlotte Convention Center and ran 10,000 beds. You know what's sad is that 10,000 kids needed 10,000 beds. There's a lot of out of sight, out of mind poverty in America, and we focus so much on stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I took the bed frames away from my kids because we were going to end up with ants, and then everything got shoved under there along with snack stuffs. I found whole bags of chips under Evelyn's bed. I'm like, yep, nope, this going on the floor.
Yeah, but they still have mattresses. They still have a bed.
I just took the frame away so nothing could be shoved underneath it.
Me and Shannon, for the first couple years of our marriage, our bed was just on the floor. Mm-hmm. It was easier that way because, like, I'm short. So I could actually sit on the edge because we had a box spring and then 2 mattresses stacked on top of each other. So it was like the height of a seat.
There you go.
And it was nice. But yeah, that's really cool though. That Sleep in Heavenly Peace. I didn't realize they were down. I didn't realize they were like a franchise type of a deal.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I know they were here in Dayton.
Well, that's really
I get emails
cool.
from them.
I can't remember if it was Lowe's or Home Depot.
I feel like when we did it, the Home Depot was sponsoring them up here, but maybe they do whoever's willing to.
And I'm sure. I can't imagine that any corporate box store wouldn't sponsor something like that.
Yeah, I know.
It's all write off.
Tax deduction.
That, and I would hope that they actually give a crap.
Yeah.
So
who knows?
But with that being said, that is our current events. So as Joshua would say, shall we continue? So today, folks, like I said at the beginning, we're going to talk about the 100 Days of Hades, the landscaping season update. Da ha 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 ha. So,
alrighty.
Robot theme.
Why is there like the gapping there? Like there's anyway.
What do you mean?
It says the, and then there's a very large space, and then goods over on the right hand side.
I did it because I'm
ADD is like OCD. Maybe
I'm pretty awesome, so I decided to do that
just to make me ask questions.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing. So, what kind of from your perspective, from the account management perspective, what kind of stuff is going on that's good?
We've gotten a lot of compliments on mulching and things like that. We've got a lot of people that are happy to have us back. We took on a couple of properties we had and, have taken them back over. We have some new properties that are just happy to have somebody to cut the grass. So let's see. We got some new guys that are picking things up, that enjoy the work. which is always good when they're like, this is okay. I like this. I could do this.
Couple good new hires for sure.
Yeah.
Eli is a good hire.
Yeah. If Haley doesn't talk his ear off first.
Yeah. Well, the good thing, so I'm noticing the team members that have recently started, they don't really mind the overtime so much. They're like, yeah, give it to me, baby, because I'm broke.
Well, and some of them are younger cats too, so
no kids, no wives.
They just want the monies.
Yeah.
Pay me my money.
And some of them have large child support bills, so therefore they need the money so that they can
actually have a check.
Yeah. But another good is we're getting a lot of business from the marketing side of stuff.
Some of the shows we did, we've had a few clients come up that, one-off jobs, and then they haven't called me back. But we finally got somebody from the Rubber Duck Regatta that we donated to last year that called in. I called them to set up a time to go look at their property, but they haven't gotten back to me yet.
Well, I'm getting ready to put together a proposal for a lady that met us at the expo that wants everything, even mowing. And I asked Matt, like, do we want to do that to the team? And he said, absolutely. He goes, if we're going to,
where
Kettering.
Oh,
he said, absolutely. If she wants mowing and she signs with us to do it, because how are we going to expand to this fifth crew regularly if we don't have the clients? So I got to call her and tell her though, that I can't do her plowing. She wants snow plowing too. And I was like, we don't do residential plowing.
I mean,
it's too hard on the driveways with our snow blades,
especially depending on how. I mean, like my mom's driveway, for instance, it's cracked in 3 different spots, and if I just trying to back drag hers, I chewed up a bunch of concrete this year. So,
yeah,
and who knows? We don't want to plow up somebody's entire slab.
So, but Matt told me to sell it. He's like, sell it. He goes, times are going down, which they are.
That's springtime learning curve and all that,
Dude,
learning new properties.
Nearly a $51,000 payroll though. Yeah. I would say that we're starting to move out of a small business into, or let's rephrase it, from a micro business to a small business.
What's the what's the line?
A micro, it has to do with the amount of revenue and the size of the company, but we have literally 31 people on staff right now, counting our staffing agency team members. So, and we're pushing the high figure number that we typically have been shooting for all these years. We're pushing it. We should hit that number by July.
Yeah.
The 7-figure number, which is crazy, because I remember when we were knocking on the door but not touching it, and now this is going to be 4 years in a row of hitting the 7 figures. Now it's to hit the double 7 figures. But we have some crazy competition, and that's another good thing. I feel bad for the small companies, but I'm starting to see the mom and pops fizzle out because the amount of money it costs now with inflation to start a landscaping business.
If you're not already established, equipment costs, maintenance costs, labor costs, and
like we wouldn't be able to be in business 10 years ago when we were smaller with these economic conditions. Like we almost didn't make it through the last time that we had high gas prices.
COVID.
But now we have high gas prices and high material prices and high maintenance repair prices.
Yeah.
So the good is with that we finally established ourselves and we have a good team. Lots of installs, lot of landscape installs this year.
Yeah.
A lot of new clients.
A lot of people replacing trees and things like that they didn't have the money for last year. They wanted to add trees to the property. A lot of things got taken out. People have been, obviously, ash trees and blue spruces have been going, crabs. Now that things are gone, they want the shade back, or think about future shade.
B&I is paying off this year. We're getting more residential style clients from B&I than we've gotten in the past. I think some of that is that I'm marketing to it now. We used to not.
There was a residential guy there for a while, so it split the difference.
Yeah, it's a trust thing though. I never thought that we'd get back into doing residential stuff, but it is paying off some of it. I mean, we don't do all the residentials that we have right now, we're doing everything
Mm-hmm.
on them for the most part. So
I think we only have one, I think, that we only mow and go.
no.
Bacon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bacon,
Yeah.
sausage.
6 degrees.
But the good thing is he prepays.
He's got a renter. And he
does.
rents that home out. So,
But he prepays so that he doesn't have to deal with monthly bills. And
it works out. It's literally next to the pond of one of the common spaces we mow, so they don't even have to take the mowers off, move them. They just mow around the pond and then into his yard.
yeah, so that's nice. Another good is we sent out mailers that cost us nearly $2,000, and we got a client out, actually 2 clients out of them. One of them was a one-off job, but nonetheless, still got work out of it. But we picked up a new apartment complex from a new apartment owner in this area.
I lived there when I was a kid. It was a different name then, but 30.
What was it called then?
I think it was just called Stan Ray Apartments then. At least that's my memory. I'd have to ask my mother.
Were all 3 of the sections owned by the same company?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. So,
God, my heartburn.
but it's Hudson Investing, Huntley Ridge Apartments.
They need love.
This says Kettering, but it's Oakwood.
No, that's Kettering. Oakwood's on the other side of the street.
Well, I thought that like the further down apartment is considered
The one
Oakwood.
on Acorn might be.
Yeah.
Because the Acorn, remember, we had the one lady on Acorn, but she was on the other side of the street, and it's like right there by the line by Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Dayton, Oakwood, Kettering.
So nonetheless, some pretty good stuff happening right now. So the bad.
You did it there too.
I did it intentionally, Andy.
Damn it.
The bad. What kind of now? Not the ugly. We'll get to that later. That's the stuff that sucks.
Oh, okay.
But like the bad stuff.
Training, new guys not understanding the turnaround of guys that just can't pick it up. Like you said, you can't drive in a straight line. That kind of just silly things like that. Loss of time, obviously, from training and learning new properties. So the payroll's up, and guys were tired for the first 2 weeks, being late nights and that kind of thing. Which we did stack the routes heavier this year than we have in the past. So we had guys last year that were done at 1:30, and now they're getting back at 4:30. So it's a little bit of a difference, and
it's back to normalcy when it comes to grounds maintenance this time of the year.
Well, and we had the turnaround from going from wintertime where you're sitting on your butt unless there's snow to balls to the walls, working 6 days a week sometimes. So it gets tiring. You got to use muscles you forgot about. And
surely they get mad at us, like the guys barking orders at us, but it's 3:30, 4 o'clock, and they're at home. Actually, you weren't. You were going out and helping them.
I was at the one property till 6:30, trying to fix stuff and help things out. So,
and then Josh, he's out right now as a 5th mowing crew that he's running because we have expanded. So now 1 day a week we're running a 5th crew,
which might end up being 2, and
eventually. So. The one bad thing that drives me insane right now is people not showing up for job interviews.
That's what I'm saying. Like the good, bad, and the ugly. You're gonna have to tell me what your line is between bad and ugly.
You'll see the line between the ugly.
Okay.
The people not showing up for job interviews is getting really frustrating.
Or showing up and then never showing up to collect their paperwork, or not showing up on their first day.
Yeah, or
ghosting us after we had the ugly. I got one for there then, I guess. They work one day and then they toddle off and never come back.
Yeah, it's frustrating. We'll talk about, without saying his name, just for lawsuit purposes, the one gentleman that we had to let go as the ugly, because that is ugly.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't get his name anyway. It takes me a minute. I give them nicknames.
The other bad thing is there's no rain. We're watering plants.
Oh yeah,
in April for the first time since
so
we've
much
been
for
in
April
business.
showers bring May flowers. We're gonna get all of our rain in May,
or
not,
or July. During all of our holidays that we like to be off on, we'll get rain then.
And it's just gonna be humid and sticky and disgusting.
There was a song, Hot, Sweet, and Sticky, back in the 80s. She's hot, sweet, and sticky.
what is that, White Snake or something?
I think so. Actually, look at it.
If I'm right, I'm going to be amazed.
Or Bad Company.
Maybe
I think it might be Bad Company. But yeah, in the summertime when we get rain, it sucks. It gets nice and hot, nice and humid.
Nope.
Can't-
Montrose.
Oh, okay. Montrose.
Montrose. Huh?
That's Sammy Hagar.
Oh, okay.
Back in the 70s. Yeah, that's Sammy Hagar. So we're both wrong. And I'm a music guy.
Yeah, I was
wrong.
guessing.
But anyways, gas prices, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Could be worse. They're not as bad as they have been before.
The general bad that anyone that lives here in Dayton understands, 75 is jacked up still.
Yeah, that's
It's never
bad.
going to end. I saw a car fire a few weeks ago. Fuyao caught fire and made our shop smell like burnt rubber for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. What else? Yeah. With that being said,
I was going to say,
if you're looking for a new landscape vendor, give Brunner's Lawn and Services a call, 937-681-4859. You can visit our website that has like our newsletter, most of the stuff about us. You can communicate to us through our website. Or like Grandma did last week, you can comment below. Yeah, your grandma responded last week.
oh, there you go.
Yeah, talking about not replacing boxwood. She said, don't replace them. They're a waste of time or something like that.
Yeah.
So thank you, Grandma Carol.
Yeah.
Little Birdie says you might be coming to Ohio soon.
October, if I believe.
Well,
I'm assuming she's coming for a wedding.
I hear your grandson is very excited. You may not know that, but Andy's really excited to see you. You know him. He doesn't speak much about that, but he's excited to see you. He misses you. But anyways, as Larry would say, shall we continue? All right, so now I'm not ugly. You're ugly.
So this is the ugly.
This is the ugly, and there's a couple things.
Okay.
Thing one, from my perspective, we had a check get washed.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, $3,400 check sent to one of our vendors.
Yeah, to one of our vendors that shut down our account, which because they were, in the process of trying to figure out their end of things in the investigation. They were nice enough to, give us a little bit of a nudge on a rental we had. So
yeah, well, here's the cool thing. The bank that the individual cashed it from is the one that caught the fraud.
Huh.
Bank of America. Bank of America did not pay them
good.
the check. Bank of America cashed the check because they did, and then it got put back into our bank account from First Financial. So the gentleman that tried to cash the check did not get, or if he did get the money, Bank of America did not charge us for it, or First Financial paid it back. I don't know.
Assuming they have him on camera.
Who knows? The thing is so the police department, the Moraine PD, which should be part of the good. The Moraine PD, they're trying to get a warrant because they can't get the camera information and find the exact location of the bank without a warrant.
Was it in Dayton that it was tried to cash?
They can't tell me that yet. They don't know yet. But the problem comes in that if it wasn't in Montgomery County, it's going to be hard for Montgomery County Sheriff's Department to
enforce it or
the
do
judge
anything
to
about it.
give a warrant for it. But it is a federal crime because it's
They messed with the mail.
So, well, we don't know that.
Oh, well,
We don't know if they mess with the mail. We don't know if it was dropped.
It was definitely grand theft.
So yeah, it was over $500.
Yeah.
So that's one ugly. What's one of your uglies?
We're 3 weeks into lawn mowing and we already got a window to replace. Pea gravel is the devil. Don't put it down anywhere ever. Let's see. We had the one gentleman who shall remain nameless that decided to just walk off the job site, mostly because he's an idiot.
And then we had another individual that had worked with us for a little while that thought that it would be smart to try to give one of our team members who said he was tired meth.
Yeah, just here you go. You want
And
some
then
of this?
expect to not lose his job. Like I'm sorry, we don't.
You obviously have killed too many brain cells.
Yeah, like
You go away now. Bye bye.
You fired it, but then I had to have it trespassed and deal with all the stuff with the
Do
police
not
department.
pass go. Do not collect $200.
And you know what sucks is overall he's not a bad person. He's just hooked up with the wrong things.
Oh yeah, poor life decisions.
And I hate that for him because
He's got a couple of kids.
He's good at his job for the most part. And yeah, he has a couple of kids, and I hate the fact. I mean, that's ugly to me that he can't make good adult decisions. What other ugly stuff?
Broken equipment.
Lots of broken equipment, like equipment that we
sank in a creek 2 weeks ago.
Well, we brought that bed edger, and it died before it even started, before we could use it.
Yeah, well, it was finicky. Like it needed 6 more drops of oil to let the motor run. It was something stupid.
Waiting for parts for our smart gate.
2 weeks.
Yeah. We'll make it a priority. Well, we pay all this money for a piece of equipment that we can't even use right now.
Josh blew a spindle out on the big boy tractor and had to mow our big factory with 2 of the 3 massive decks, which screwed his times. I just had to pick up a mower with a blown belt, which is easy to fix, just not in the field.
One of our vendors, we're having some trust issues, been trying to get freaking a statement for weeks.
And Matt and I are going to go down there and just be like, hey, paper copy, please.
Yeah. Well, I've emailed the other office lady.
And got nothing.
Sorry, folks. We have to be careful what we say and how we say it, because they are vendors of ours, and we do like them. It's just we're running into some issues.
I mean, and they're massively busy as well, which
they are.
Some leniency there, but come on, we want to make sure you're not missing on monies, and we're not missing on monies.
Yeah, well, it creates a level of distrust when we can't get it after we've known that they've been billing us for prepaid things, and we can't get a statement.
Right.
It's like, come on, folks.
I mean, that's more or less on their end, and we're just trying to make sure we're covered. So
yeah, and vice versa. Like, did you charge us? Did you give us too much credit back?
Right.
Type of stuff.
We don't want you losing, because we lose in the long run if you go out. Which I don't think that'll happen. But
another ugly. As much as I like using staffers, and they're doing a decent job, they are really expensive. We pay a staffing agency employee who's making $15 an hour. It's costing us as much as it does for our production team on their salary. I mean, it costs us $20.
It does help with finding people, and a number of them are working out quite well. So in the long run, it's helping to fill the staffing slots that we.
It is. It covers it. Helps us with the
hiring
disconnect
process.
and the hiring process, because I've went through 300 resumes in the last month and a half, and
30 or 40 that never showed up.
Maybe 13, 14 that have actually showed up for interviews. One of the gentlemen we hired never showed back up again, and is yet to call. Like, I tried to call him about paying him for the one day he worked, and doesn't call back.
I mean, that's on you at that point.
So, I mean, I'm not just going to send the check to your address. We get so many return to senders, and then on top of it, we had a check get washed.
A stack of W-2s for 3 people that came back. Like, where we can't even send them anywhere.
Yeah. So, well, one of them, the one gentleman from Colorado, he is still here. He came and picked him up last week.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He wouldn't talk to me. He was like, he kind of looked at me. I was like, they're in the door. Grabbed him and turned around and walked out. You tell he's embarrassed. But then he also quit by writing it on a freaking dry erase board.
Yeah, and left his keys
I
sitting
quit.
There. You had a temper tantrum.
Yeah. So yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm sure there's more we could say.
If I think about it too hard, but then I'm going to grow more gray hair, lose more hair. No, I don't want to.
I would say overall, it's all pretty good.
Yeah.
Overall,
we have some customer complaints, some legitimate, some not. It's par for the course.
Yeah.
So,
So with that being said,
make music.
I feel like Joey Bro. You know who Joey Bro is?
No.
He's a Facebook Reels guy. He's an old gentleman that just likes to dance. He's got a mullet and uses nunchucks.
Oh.
Yeah, he's amazing. He completes me. He wears skin tight jeans. You can see the bulge with like white, with a dark like tank top shirts.
Got his tight pants on.
Yeah, he's got his tight pants. So, anyways, thanks a lot for joining us. We don't have time to shoot the crap today. We got to get to work. It's Friday. Got to get to work. You remember the old WTUE? It's Friday. Friday.
TGIF.
Yeah. So, hey, folks, thanks a lot for joining us. Have a good day. Have a good life. Have a good weekend. And always remember, at Brunner's Lawn and Services, we serve our clients and our team with integrity, dependability, and respect. And what matters, Andy?
Satisfaction.
Peace.